anytime a man wakes up, that is his own morning. So if you're a human being, anytime you wake up, that is your own morning. So if you wake up in the morning, I will greet you good morning. If you wake up in the afternoon, I will still greet you good morning. If you wake up in the evening, I'm still going to greet you good morning. If you wake up in the middle of the night, I'm still going to greet you good morning. So anytime a man wakes up, that's his own morning. So good morning to the northern Nigeria. Good morning to all of you. The north is just waking up. But then, let me tell you, that wake up is hypocritical. They have not really woke up. That wake up is hypocritical. But then I must say, good morning to the northern Nigeria. Good morning, no. Now, they are not begging Tinubu to declare a state of emergency now in the north. And it is right there on your screen. So, I would never come here to give you a news that doesn't have a source. And I provide for you a video to the news or the pictures which you can see on your screen. Good morning to the north. Good morning. Now you wake up. Good morning to the north. This is what Gumi saw that caused the Biafra civil war. It's a fact. This was what he saw as a vision. A young man then, let us have a confederacy, which Yakubu Gowon said no. Funny enough, he agreed in Ghana and they came back to Nigeria. He said no. This was what he saw ahead. So I must say, good morning to the north. They are just waking up, begging Tinubu now to come so that there will be peace. They themselves have said to Tinubu, it's right there on your screen, please declare after northern leaders asking for emergency. They are asking now, say, Tinubu, declare a state of emergency. So good morning to the northern leaders. You are welcome this morning. Good morning. Anytime a man wakes up, that's his own morning. So you are good morning. But before I continue, because even in Plateau State, 30 houses have been destroyed. 30 houses destroyed. People have fled away again. Before I continue, in case you have not joined this family, you don't just watch. Join our family, the ever-growing Newsview family on YouTube. In case you have not joined us, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button and also share this video. So as you are watching, be liking and be sharing and also be dropping your comments. As you are watching, just be liking and be sharing and drop your comments. If you have not subscribed, that one matters. Just subscribe. After subscribing, on the notifications, we are always here. Now listen. But drop your comment too. Drop your comment. In Plateau State, that is the home state of Yakubu Gowon. I gave you a news 2 weeks ago. How over 10 people were killed in Bokos in Plateau State. Assuming Gowon are missing to the voice of reasoning, they don't be that crisis in Plateau State. Assuming you have heard, this is brain, there will not be any crisis in Plateau State. Because that confederacy by Gumi would have found a way to solve what's presently happening in the north. Now, listen to me. If you're a Yoruba man, you must have nostalgia, remembering or you have read history of how Awolowo did his best to make sure you are educated, they are informed, and they are liberated. Awolowo never believed in one Nigeria. You know, this kind of structure. You know, I always said it that nobody is in Nigeria. I always said this, and I always say Nigeria is just a geographical expression. It is not a nation. I don't know if you remember, you always made that same statement. It's not a nation. You made that statement every time. Now listen. You saw him. He made sure that you want to go to school, free and compulsory education. Now, you also saw building. I talk about hospitals, industrial layout, printing press, cocoa house. do investment. Many things Awolowo did for the Yoruba people because there was a regional zone of government. Now look at everything now. Now listen. Now when Ojukwu said, let's go back to confederacy, let every region manage their resources. Instantly, in Ghana, it was agreed, no problem. When they came to Nigeria, Yakubu Gowon said no. I saw the aftermath of that civil war. A bloody, for 3 years, 1967 to 1970, a bloody war. And which Yakubu Gowon said, there is no victor and there is no vanquish. He said it then. And he promised 3 hours for the Igbo people because they fought against Nigeria for their liberation. And again, after they not giving £20, and you know that amount, that money was a very useless money as at then. Now, that was how the Igbo people started building themselves back to where they are today. In Plateau State, Yakubu Gowon, 30 houses have been burned down. It's also right there on the screen. 30 houses have been burned down. The same Fulani who Gowon is thinking, okay, let me keep one idea. They are the people that are destroying his own state. The Fulani military. Don't forget, governor of Benue, former Reverend Father, earlier said the Fulani who are destroying Benue State are not Nigerian Fulani. He said the Fulani are from Ghana. But how do we differentiate them? No, they are from Mali, not Ghana. The Fulani that are destroying Benue State are not Nigerian Fulani, they are from Mali. But how do I differentiate them? Go and look at what's happening in Plateau. But let me go back to the issue because Plateau is part of they call them North Central. Am I right? But that's the middle belt, North Central. The North is in a very, very big crisis. There is a very, very big problem in the North. I'm telling you. But don't forget, my viewers, I've always maintained that anytime you see evil, you must speak out against it. I've always said that. Under Jonathan, when Bookman was at his peak, when they were destroying mosques, when they were destroying churches, they kept quiet, thinking it was only Christians. Now, it has affected almost every part. And I always say something, said, the children of the poor, who you have to finish your train, we don't allow your children to rest. I will always make that statement. The poor man child, who you have to finish your train, we don't allow your own children to rest. I will always make that statement. That's a legendary statement. Look at it. Is there peace in the North today? So when I say good morning to the North, I'm not talking about good morning. Anytime a man wakes up from sleep, that's good morning. So if you wake up in the morning, good morning. If you wake up in the afternoon, still good morning. If you wake up in the evening, still good morning. If you wake up in the night, good morning. Anytime a man wakes up from sleep, but then you must be careful that this is not an hypocritical something. Don't be very careful. Don't fall for the trick. It might be hypocrisy. I know, you see, the way I balance, because you know, people always insult me here, but that's a problem. Don't be comments. You can even insult me. Don't be comments. Don't fall for the hypocrisy of the North. You must always be at alert. Your brain must be working. Don't fall for it. You must always think. The number of people here say, Tinubu come out, it might be a trick. It might be a trick. So Tinubu must always, because he's the president, eyes open, eyes. He must open his eyes now, eyes open. Because yesterday, we saw, I gave that news yesterday. Tinubu have said, now, state police is beginning. Tinubu said, from now, that's our state police. I gave you that news yesterday. You can go and watch my yesterday's video. He said, state police, and I gave you that information too, it's on the Vanguard newspaper, that state police will start in earnest. Tinubu made that statement. He wanted to see a system where, because no, I told you something. You cannot bring a man that has not stayed in a particular environment to be a commissioner unless it's working, because he does not know the terrain of that place. That terrain, they don't understand it. They don't know the terrain. They don't understand how that place works. So you cannot be somebody from Kano now to Lagos that I don't really stayed in Lagos. For example, it will be a police commissioner. The language, you know, so if there's a state police where the people are in charge of that particular place, they know the terrain, this is our environment, they can immediately fish out criminals and hoodlums there. Very simple. They can be fished out easily because that's his own terrain, that's where he has stayed, that's where he knows the way about, and he knows the surrounding of that place. So very easy. They can easily fish out the criminals from that place. When I said I support state police, the problem is people cannot vote it anymore. I know you must support state police because the police that is coming knows the terrain. This police structure cannot work. So the police commissioner is from that place. You make a man from Imo State, Imo police commissioner. He knows his environment. He knows the look at Kani. He knows the way about. You make a man from Bayelsa State, police commissioner in his own home state. He knows the environment. He knows. He has understanding of how things work. It's a one particular place. But if somebody come up because now you can say one Nigeria, but when you look at things, we are not the same in the way we do our things. A Yoruba man is different from an Igbo man. An Igbo man is different from a Fulani man. So, you understand? So if you want to be a commissioner, you come from that place or that region, you have the knowledge and understanding of how things work, particularly in that place. Now, the North begging. Now they are begging. They are begging now that Tinubu should now declare a state of emergency in the North. I'm telling you, general screen, that Tinubu, they are begging him now to declare a state of. But when they said an attack against Boko Haram, because they said it, an attack against Boko Haram was an attack against the North. Under your attack, oh yeah. An attack against Boko Haram was an attack against the North. Under Jonathan, everybody kept quiet. So the hypocrisy of the North is the problem. Clear hypocrisy, clear. That hypocrisy that is killing them. Clear hypocrisy. Now they are not having problems with themselves. All this Almaji, see, the only solution now, let's listen to me. One thing, they should start educating their youth. The North should start, that is, let them start from that place. Your youth must go to school. Your youth should be educated. They must have a basic understanding of how things are working. No, how can you have a child that you cannot train? You say Amajiri. Even in Saudi Arabia, where Islam comes from, are there Amajiri in Saudi Arabia? Are there Almajiri in Saudi Arabia? That's where Islam came from, if you understand what I mean. Yes, that's where, so that's where Islam came to this part. Are there Almajiri in Saudi Arabia? Are there Almajiri in Iran? That's where Shia Islam. Are they almajiri in other countries like Turkey, like Qatar, in Egypt? So all these political gimmicks, all the political schemings against the Nigerian state. Under Obasanjo, you don't wake up in the morning say you want Sharia law. Obasanjo was a former military person. He had experience. You know what to do. Obasanjo now say, okay, go and add the Sharia law. The Sharia law that they have in the north, how have that developed the north? That Sharia law that they have in the north, how have that developed the north? Oh, what Sharia law? That Sharia law that they have in the north, how have it developed the north? These are the vital questions. What level of hypocrisy? Because, see, the problem is that, you see, most of you know the problem. Now listen, most of you know the problem, but many of you cannot speak against it. I have always made, now if you have followed me for a long time, that's if you have followed me. Like I said, if you have not subscribed up to now, kindly subscribe. That hypocrisy that you see that has been happening, and everybody that they keep now they have been keeping quiet for a long time. They have been keeping quiet. Everybody knows this, but everybody have been keeping quiet. Everybody have been keeping quiet. I said, okay, in unity schools in Nigeria, a Yoruba student will have higher mark in the same one Nigeria, and Igbo student will have higher mark. Somebody from the north will have a lower mark, and they'll be admitted to the same school in this country. Why can't everybody have the same mark? I'm asking why can't, because let us have a restructured Nigeria. That's the only way. Let there be restructured. That is the only all this until we restructure and give the owners of the land what's coming from that land, and they pay taxes the same way it's been done in the United States of America. Okay, every time I say we are copying America, because this is what I want. See, let there be a complete restructuring. A complete restructuring. And if possible, you go to general government. Yoruba, manage yourself. God has blessed you. The north, God has blessed you. Manage yourself. The east, manage yourself. God has blessed you. Manage that region. Manage. They are not too. That is the only way now. That is the only way. I don't trust the north. This that they are doing, it might be hypocrisy. I don't trust the north. And nobody can change my mind about it. It might be hypocrisy. You don't, because it might be hypocrisy. So I don't see. Listen to me. There's a way you see, look at things, and you can see far ahead. I saw far ahead. I missed it. But you see, the problem is many people can only keep quiet. Okay, come. No, nothing concern you. It will concern you. It will concern you. No, I and here, no contact. He go up from sleep. But then you must be very careful that this is not an hypocritical something. You have to be very careful. Don't fall for the trick. It might be hypocrisy. I know, because you see, the way I balance, because you know, people always insult me here, but that's a problem. Go, let me comment. You can even insult me. Go, drop your comments. Don't fall for the hypocrisy of the North. You must always be at alert. Your brain must be working. Never fall for it. You must always think. The number of people say Tinubu come out, it might be a trick. It might be a trick. So Tinubu must always, because he's the president, eyes open, eyes. He must open his eyes now, eyes open. Because yesterday we saw, no, I gave you that news yesterday. Tinubu have said, now state police is beginning. Tinubu said, from now, that's our state police. I gave you that news yesterday. You can watch go and watch my yesterday's video. He said, state police, and I gave you that information too, it's on the Vanguard newspaper, that state police will start in earnest. Tinubu made that statement. He wanted to see a system where, because no, I told you something. You cannot bring a man that has not stayed in a particular environment to be a commissioner unless it's working, because he does not know the terrain of that place. That terrain, he does not understand it. He does not know the terrain. He does not understand how that place works. So you cannot bring somebody from Kano now to Lagos that has not really stayed in Lagos. For example, there will be a police commissioner. The language, you know, so but if there's a state police where the people are in charge of that particular place, they know the terrain, this is our environment, they can immediately fish out criminals and hoodlums there. Very simple. They can be fished out easily because that's his own terrain, that's where he has stayed, that's where he knows the way about, and he knows the surrounding of that place. So very, very easy. Now they can easily fish out the criminals from that place. When I said I support state police, you know, the problem is people cannot even think anymore. You must support state police because the police that is coming knows the terrain. This police structure cannot work. So the police commissioner is from that place. You make a man from Imo State, Imo police commissioner. He knows his environment. He knows the look and carry. He knows the way about. You make a man from Bayelsa State, police commissioner in his own home state. He knows the environment. He knows he has understanding of how things work. It's a one particular place. But if somebody come because now you can say one Nigeria, but when you look at things, we are not the same in the way we do our things. A Yoruba man is different from an Igbo man. An Igbo man is different from a Fulani man. You understand? So if you want to be a commissioner, you come from that place or that region, you have the knowledge and understanding of how things work, particularly in that place. Now, the North begging. Now they are begging. They are begging now that Tinubu should now declare a state of emergency in the North. I'm telling you, it's on the screen. That Tinubu, they are begging him now to declare a state of. But when they said an attack against Boko Haram, because they said it, an attack against Boko Haram was an attack against the North under Jonathan. Oh yeah. An attack against Boko Haram was an attack against the North under Jonathan. Everybody kept quiet. So the hypocrisy of the North is the problem. Clear hypocrisy, clear. That hypocrisy that is killing them. Clear hypocrisy. Now they are not having problems with themselves. All this almajiri, see, the only solution now, let's listen to me. One thing, they should start educating their youth. The North should start, because that is, let them start from that place. Your youth must go to school. Your youth should be educated. They must have a basic understanding of how things are working. No, how can you have a child that you cannot train? You say Almajiri. Even in Saudi Arabia, where Islam comes from, are there Almajiri in Saudi Arabia? Are there Almajiri in Saudi Arabia? That's where Islam came from, if you understand what I mean. Yes, that's where, so that's where Islam came to this part. Are there Almajiri in Saudi Arabia? Are there Almajiri in Iran? That's where Shia Islam. Are there Almajiri in other Islamic like Turkey, like Qatar, in Egypt? Nothing. So all these political gimmicks, all the political schemings against the Nigerian state. Under Obasanjo, you don't wake up in the morning and say you want Sharia law. Obasanjo was a former military person. He had experience. You know what to do. Obasanjo now say, okay, go and have the Sharia law. The Sharia law that they have in the north, how have that developed the north? That Sharia law that they have in the north, how have that developed the north? Oh, what Sharia law? That Sharia law that they have in the north, how have it developed the north? These are the vital questions. What level of hypocrisy? Because, see, the problem is that, you see, most of you know the problem. Now listen, most of you know the problem. But many of you cannot